8 innings. So this Kentucky offense that was held to just one run in their last weekend series against South Carolina, that's the lineup that they will send to the batter's box here tonight in this midweek game. Allie Blum will lead it off for the... And she sends one on a one-hopper to Kennedy Drafton. That's how we start the game. Homegrown product from Tates Creek High School. And she'll send one into shallow center field. Drafton has been busy, and she's up to the challenge here. Looking for their first base runner. Her 7th start of the year. 9-5 record this year for the California native. Pitching to her 7th start of the year. 9-5 record this year for the California native. Pitching to a really impressive 2.3 ERA. Has a good 3 or 4 jump lead out of the batter's box. And she hits one on the ground, and the Colonels will have a good start as she sends one into center field. And Jalen Haynes coming off that first team All-ASUN. Knox shows bunt and lays it down, and there'll be one play. And trying to take third is Haynes, and the throw down is in time. Here's Kentucky defensively real quick. Mitchell, Blum, and Plotz in the outfield. Outfield fly ball, but it'll be taken by the shortstop, Reesner. Payoff pitch, and it's low ball 4. First base runner. And here's a high fly ball deep into left field in foul territory. Michaela Mathis makes a nice running catch. Last 5 games for her at the plate, and a swing and a miss. Sarah Hindigus able to get a very dangerous hitter, and Rutan is down on strikes.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6.
Good at bat by the sophomore. McLeod gives it a lift, and that'll go into the EKU bullpen. And she supplies a fly ball into shallow center field this time, where it'll be handled by Reesner. And that ball just fouled by a couple of inches. Hit 271, 4 homers last year. Here's a high hopper. Drafton's been busy, and she'll make a nice little off-balance throw. RPI certainly there, 33rd in the country. Got 4 top 25 wins. 2-2 is a called strike 3. 5 strikeouts for Maddie Rutan, and she is carving her way through the Cats' order. Conference champion, but fell short in the tournament. Also was a runner-up there, and Montana, and she will have a base hit there as that's going to roll all the way to the wall, and it'll be extra bases for Tacey Haas. So the 9-hole Tacey Haas records her 5th double of the year. Haynes down to her final strike, and she does pull something to the right side. That will advance Haas to third base. And Hamilton will go out and have a real quick chat with Hindigus. Hindigus trying to get out of it. Here's a ground ball that is just foul. Says it was just outside. Gotta give credit to Knox for laying off that really tough pitch. And now a 3-2 sent skyward into right field. Coming in, making the catch is Plotz. EKU gets a double by Haas, but Hindigus going to carry a little bit of weight, add to that strength of schedule. What has been a really tough schedule for Kentucky. Jordan Smith into foul territory. Hutchins, first team All-State here in the Commonwealth. Really good two-way player. Pitched to a very respectable ERA when she was in the circle before coming to UK. Checked her swing, and Donnie Whitehead rings her up. Second strikeout for Hutchins. Look at this. Just couldn't hold it back in time, and there's no appeal. Trying to get through 4 shutout innings. She threw in 2 of EKU's 3 games against Austin Peay this past weekend. And it's working. And Maddie Rutan all fired up, and she is pitching a gem. Down in Atlanta. And Kennedy Drafton hit well into center field, backing up and taking it just shy of the warning track is Blum. Kennedy Drafton. But held to just 2 hits by Hendigas. And on the ground, challenge is Reesner. She'll go on to second for 1, and the relay on to first, not in time. Had power in high school, over 20 home runs. And out in front of that one, and foul. Able to do that with some youth here this year, and that ball is just foul. Hutchins was almost hugging the third base bag. Payoff pitch, and that's another one challenged by Reesner, and she'll make the play. Pitching has dominated the game so far. Good plate discipline there by Mitchell to lay off that one. Top 100 player in the country by extra innings softball. Softball and basketball star at the prep level. Here's one on the ground, backhanded by Smith. She'll take it to the bag herself. Off the end of the bat and foul. 3-2 once again. And this ball is fair. It bounces off the bag. And Cassie Reesner with a base hit, the first hit of the game for. And just foul. And the 0-2 line to Haas, and unable to keep it on the infield. And Kentucky will strike first. Throw comes into third, and sliding in safely is Hamilton. Stretch without a run there as they put together a run off of Rutan. Think of Kayla Kowalik, who was one of the best players in the country there for Kentucky for her tenure. Iron Man. And here's a well-hit ball in the left field. Michaela Mathis will run out of room.
She does that every time.
And this ball will find a gap. And it will be an RBI for Blum. And that makes it 2-0. Watch draft in there, top of your screen. I think you could tell with that angle there that. And she smokes one into deep left field. Will the park contain it? At the warning track, Michaela Mathis is able to make the catch. Just enough. So EKU will dip back into conference play. They'll travel down to Florence, Alabama to take on North Alabama this weekend. Be their final road series. And Lily Davis with a good start for EKU here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's a solid single. And now back-to-back singles as Billups follows. Colonels will try small ball, and the bunt is popped up. A big break for Kentucky that time as the bunt popped up by Haas. One swing. Can the table setters do their job? Haynes will go into left center field gap, and EKU will have the bases loaded as they try to fight back in this. And Knox ground ball to first, going home, and that will get the lead runner. And it's low ball 4, and that's how the Colonels will score their first run over the last couple of games, but all could be forgiven right here. Nowhere to put Rutan. Michaela Mathis would be next. Payoff pitch coming, and it's a swing and a miss. Hendigas bears down and gets Rutan. Second time that Rutan has struck out. Bases loaded, but they do get one. And through 5 innings, it's 3-1 Kentucky. Fireworks as EKU was 1 out away from pulling off an upset. UK came into town 12th ranked of the game down to their final out. It was a home run by Miranda Stoddard. UK out in front, a game that they would hold on to win 10-7 thanks to a 5 spot in the 7th inning. That was the last time UK came into Richmond. 2 innings to play here as the Wildcats will see a new pitcher, Victoria Byron, there for EKU. Hallie Mitchell, ERA. She got run support there behind her when she went into a game. This year, the ERA at 3.6, so lowering that ERA tremendously here in her second year. Cassie Reasoner aggressive on the first pitch. Chose to play softball here at EKU. Here's a bunt laid down. There'll be one play. McLeod goes on to drafting it for the first out, and now UK able to take the base at third base. They signal Indiana. Weak pop-up. Byram will take charge, and Hamilton is the first out of the inning. Byram needing a strikeout, and that will go just foul. And a pop-up that'll go into the third row. Kentucky looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. They have been excellent in midweek games this year, and now the bases are loaded after Madison Clark draws a walk. 0-1. Sent on a line into center field, backing up Haynes. She'll make the catch, but well enough distance behind that to supply an insurance run for UK. If you're just joining us, Maddie Rutan started. She went 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. Struck out 7, but the command issues at times plagued Rutan. She did walk full stick of her to walk that many. And actually ties a season high in walks allowed by Rutan when she's in the circle this year. And this ball sent well down toward the left field line, and it is a foul ball. 2 innings in the 6th and 7th. Jada McLeod is 0 for 2. Carson Fall appeared in 2 games against. Biggest difference in this game has been timely hitting. EKU has just not been able to get that. And McLeod will make this a full count now. The 4th place North Alabama team. They're 500, 9-9 in the A-Sun. And the Colonels need base runners, and they'll get one here as Jada McLeod draws a walk. Really good outing from Sarah Hindigas. And now one center of the diamond calling everybody off is Donaldson, and a good shutdown inning for in the nation in RPI. Victoria Byram in the circle for the 2nd inning, and here's a high fly ball into the right center field, and it will leave the ballpark. Top half of the 7th inning by Peyton Plotz. And there's the power that UK has been looking for, and Peyton Plotz delivers. By Kentucky. And now the base hit continues as the parade rallying on for the Wildcats as Hutchins gets Hutchins out at second base. And this ball hit well into left field. Michaela Mathis coming over, their arch rival when she was a freshman. Welcome into the fold after that, and she is searching for her 10th win of the year. Haynes goes opposite field and foul from San Bernardino, California. And on the ground, backhanded by Reesner, and a really tough play there made defensively by Reesner as shortstop. She had speed going. Seventh batter faced for Carson Fall. 3-2 is outside, ball 4, and the game continues. 31 pitches, 16 strikes for Fall so far. This one on the ground, backhanded by Donaldson. She'll go the short way, and Kentucky comes into Richmond and takes one over EKU by a final score of 5-1. The Wildcats get their 28th win of the year as the bats come to life there in the late innings for UK, and they make the short trip back to Lexington with a win in their back pocket. As for the 37th time, two teams from the Bluegrass state of